something we've not done before. So we thought for our first four-way.
I haven't done that. Let's go there. It's like, okay, fine, let's do it.
Okay.
Would like to get like properly fucked up.
So Diana was saying like how he does like 4 5.
Who's Nadia? Let's talk about Nadia.
When I'm on this diet, eating healthy, you're getting all the nutrients you need for your body, multivitamins, whatnot, and you feel good.
Let's talk about that a bit. Setting unrealistic expectations.
You know, because there's so much information out there that you could be getting the wrong information.
Especially when it comes to steroids, I don't know what that means.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, let's talk about steroids. Huh?
I've seen him in person, bro. I think he's natural.
Is that okay? It's getting deep. I like it. Welcome yet to another fun podcast. This is something different for us, right? So something we've not done before. So we thought for our first four-way podcast. Is it weird calling it a four-way podcast?
4-way podcast, yeah.
Sorry about the weird start. But yeah, it's a... So we have Bevan Samuel, Dianaka, and the nuttiest.
Out of all of us.
I have to give that intro, right? But absolutely one of my bestest friends in the industry, and off, Danuja Markavita. All right, let's get started. I think Danuja, you have to come close to your mic. You're damn far. Okay, are you comfortable? Yeah. Okay. How's life? Let's start with Danuja.
Thank you very much. How's yours?
Are you feeling the heat of the economy?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I think we all are, dude. At this
I
point.
feel like Danuj is lying.
Bro, crazy. It's getting out of hand, bro.
How much is an egg? How much is the egg right now?
$30? Yes.
38 bucks.
Bro, I went out of Colombo. I bought these free range eggs, which is really good. That was $30.
You're,
But in here,
you're
it's like
clearly not
$50.
feeling the heat. You're clearly not feeling the heat.
I do, man.
But yeah, it's tough times for everybody.
Yeah.
How's things been with you?
Yeah, not bad,
What
man.
you been up to? Just give us I feel like some people who are watching might not know each of them separately. Some might not. Some might know. So just give an intro to what you've been up to. What's life like?
So, I've been studying a lot. I have exams in 2 months, for the next 2 months, sorry, and studying for that, and working out. I'm on a cut at the moment, so that's pretty hectic. Yes, hungry all the time. And upping my cardio for about 1.5 hours a day, and weightlifting. It's pretty hectic.
Didn't literally mean what you're up to, like in terms of gym. But okay, Danuja, what you been up to?
Pretty much the same things, actually. Been going to work, training, dieting. I've been on my diet. But these couple of weeks, I couldn't actually. My diet's been everywhere. Because one of my best friends leaving the country.
Okay.
So I've been hanging out with him a little bit. But yeah, pretty much the same thing, to be honest.
What's a day like in Bevan Samuel's life?
I mean, I think we can all say that, right? We all, yeah, same thing, yeah. Been training, keeping busy with work and all that. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start with a question for Danuja. Right, you obviously is fitness your life? Like as in terms of is that it's what you make a living of?
No, not really. The people that I train, that's like a part-time thing for me.
Okay.
But I have a job elsewhere as well. So
Non-disclosed.
No, not at all.
You just don't want to say where you work. Okay. So what I'm trying to get at is, can fitness be a career, right? Because I think a lot of people watching now want to get into online coaching. We see so many online coaches coming up like every single day, right?
Bro,
What
which is
are
good.
your thoughts?
I feel like it is good. There's different type of coaches, right? Different levels to this.
Yeah.
So there's like competition trainers. If there are like other people who wants to lose, so they can help with them. So it is a good thing that people are getting into this fitness lifestyle and they want to be a trainer.
Okay.
So I think it is a good thing.
Bevan, what are your thoughts? I mean, you yourself.
Yeah, I do online coaching as well.
That's pretty much what you do, right?
Yeah, that's
you don't
pretty much my
work.
line of work.
That's your full time.
No, I also do. I'm also involved with my family business, which I got involved in recently.
Yeah.
So started recently. So yeah, that too. But yeah, mainly my main line of work is basically the online coaching thing. And yeah, like how Danuja was saying, like there's different like niche. There are different niches for online coaches as well. Like there's competition prep coaches. There's just lifestyle.
Yeah.
And yeah, just overall, health and fitness as well. So I'm more towards the lifestyle, health and fitness side of things, because I'm just like I've just been in the industry for maybe like a year now. Yeah, just over a year. So
Okay. I'm straight gonna dive in and put some questions on the table. Now, these three guys have, I'm not trained with Danuja, but I have very different training techniques, right? So let's discuss that about. For example, I personally see Danuja and Dayanaka more on the lift heavy as possible, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Heavy and many other.
Heavy and as many as possible. On the other side, flip side, I see Bevan more of technique focused, very, I don't know how do I say, it's very focused on the mechanics and things like that. Now, this is a topic I feel like it's going two ways, right? Because I feel like some people put too much attention to the technique, and then like there are too many cues to think of. Like my arm has to go this way, that, and then you kind of lose it. Or, but then obviously some guys just go heavy. What are your thoughts on that? How do you tackle this?
If you're a beginner, it's good to use the proper technique. But if you're used to the sport, you've been doing it for a long time, it's okay to go with heavy weights, heavy load, and more
Okay.
reps. So personally, for me, I try to train really heavy as I can, with okay form. Otherwise, my body doesn't feel it
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Would you sacrifice form for?
For the last few reps, maybe yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean most of these athletes they do. Like if you look at all these big guys, they're not 100% on the form.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the last few reps they get carried away as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like compound lifts, like yeah, your like form is important regardless of what kind of lift you're doing. But yeah, like compound lifts, obviously your form's not going to be all that great. You know, from the first rep to your last rep, like your form is going to be a little bit off, especially when you're lifting heavier loads, like you said. So yeah, I
So
think
I mean, do you think it's okay to lose the perfect form towards your final 3-4 reps?
Yeah, as long as you're careful, that's
Yeah.
okay. If
You're
you
not-
know what you're doing, then it's okay.
Now this guy I don't know because he just
So I feel like so some people the form differs, right?
Yeah.
Depending on their anatomy, right? Like for me, when I don't do deadlifts like not conventional, I do RDLs. My
Okay.
deadlift is like an RD. Like you can see my videos, it's always an RDL. But like now recently I've been working with Cody, and I've been trying to do deficit deadlifts,
Yeah.
and that somewhat like when I do a deficit, it's like I'm doing a proper deadlift, right? But like I feel like from person to person, the form will differ. I mean, like either way, I would obviously go for heavy reps. I mean, I think you saw that day because
Yeah.
I like he said, I don't feel it if I go for just form and just like a lightweight. I don't like that. I've been training for
Exactly. He's been training for a long time, so
Yeah.
his body's used to like certain type of way
Okay.
and certain type.
yeah. I
load.
started lifting when I was like in grade 4.
But if you train with Bevan, he's gonna make sure you do for the right form. What
Yeah.
because we were obviously had a few sessions together, right? Very focused on getting the form right.
yeah.
What's your thought process behind that?
I mean, me personally, I've tried both these methods of like training, doing the normal compound lifts, the three lifts, the bench, squat, and deadlift, and I still think those three, if you can perform those three lifts properly and it's working for you, then you should
Okay.
you should do it. Like for sure, you should do it. But I personally, through trial and error, I've figured out that like just working with more machines and just perfecting my form has like helped me with obviously putting on muscle mass, which is my main goal, like hypertrophy. So yeah, and just less risk of injury, and it's best stimulus for growth. I personally think. I think it's individual. Like everyone has their own has their own like liking and like
and
everyone's
their
bodies.
personality, I guess.
Yeah.
That's true. Like I have a dilemma where like sometimes I go for heavy lifts, and the next day I'm like, okay, like there's no point in doing like really heavy lifts without any form, right? Then I try to like think, okay, I'll go for a bit of a less weight, heavier weight, and just go for like a proper form. And when I do that, sometimes I just don't feel it. You know, like it hits. Like I know I am contracting all my muscles. There's a mind muscle connection, but like I'm always thinking like I could go for more like a heavier weight. Then I'm like, why don't I just do that? Then I get carried away again. Like it's like an endless cycle. Like it's a dilemma between whether I want to do proper form and a heavier set or just heavy and no
I
form
feel
at
like
all.
finding the balance between both
It's quite
is
hard, no?
like the finding the sweet.
Finding that
It's a bit
middle
hard.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
For a beginner, definitely form is what
Yeah, that's
Important.
it's
you're
basic.
literally so far away from the mic. You want to take the mic to your hand?
Huh?
Is it easy?
Yeah, that'll be easy, no?
Yeah. If you guys are missing out what he's saying, because he just going back.
Now better, no?
Yeah,
Yes.
better, yeah.
There you go.
Why didn't we
When
think
I
of that
was
before?
training, I love the training session, but for me, I told him, the sets aren't enough for me. He does one top set and a back off set. But I at least need 4 to 5 sets of I don't know, I need to go, I need to rip it.
So the big question is, I'll start with Dhanush. Squat, bench, and deadlift is the mindset is the king of all movements, right? That's
Yes,
what they say,
yes.
or in the back in the
Yes,
day.
that
But I
was
still see you doing a lot of squats, a lot of deadlifts.
I do. because
Is it needed though?
yeah, definitely because last whole week I couldn't train properly because I got my sleeve done, so I couldn't train. Because I couldn't train for a week, I went and did just squat, bench, and deadlifts the whole week because that works on your
Yeah.
whole body, right? So I think those are necessary movements for anybody.
I feel like Bevan wants to say he doesn't agree. You can.
It's not that I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely think that those 3 lifts, if you can do it right and you're seeing progress with it, you should definitely incorporate those 3 lifts. But then again, it comes down to like even Danik was saying how it just depends on people's biomechanics as well. Can people with longer limbs can't really. It's not that they can't do a deadlift, but it's obviously harder for them to do a deadlift, And
Let's take a squat, right? I feel like if you're super tall, very unlikely you're gonna hit your quads, right? Would you, as a coach, rather put someone like that on a hack squat or I don't know, maybe
For a beginner,
extensions, beginner, regardless of the stage?
if he's
Or do you still prioritize doing the traditional squats over?
traditional squats, bro, first they have to get used to all that before they go through. Yeah,
to build that foundation. You
yeah,
definitely,
foundation is a must before they move into any machines or any
And
other.
then the big debate: machines versus free weights. What is your pick?
It depends. If I'm on a cut, I'd rather go with the machines.
Why?
Because it concentrates more on the specific muscle groups. If
I
I'm
feel like machines you can isolate way better.
exactly, yeah,
yeah,
that's why.
that's the whole point.
Because when I'm on a cut, I'm not eating a lot of food, right? So I don't want to spend much energy on the compound movements. So I'd rather go with the machines. So
Okay.
it's easy for me. Yeah. So even for anybody, I'd recommend machines if somebody's on a cut.
less risk of injury. as well,
Yeah,
especially when
because
you're-
now I don't bench press anymore much because I've got injury when I was bench pressing. Because my chest was one of the heaviest, strongest muscles. So I've been doing super heavy bench presses. So I've got injured. I got a minor pec tear. So these things comes with compound movements like bench presses.
Because I feel like in that question, if you had to do a seated machine press, you might have better control of the weight as well, right?
Yeah,
What,
yeah, for
what's
sure.
what's Danika's personal take on it?
I'm on a cut right now, right? But I obviously every workout I would like to go for the first exercise would be a compound for me. I like it like that. I start my back day with a deadlift. I don't go for a max out or 2 reps or 3 reps, right? I spoke with Cody about this again, and he was like, "Don't. There's no point. You can't never lift 260, 280 in that stage of when you're cutting." So now recently I've started doing 3 sets of 200 into 6 reps, and then again 2 more sets of 220 into 4 reps, and that'll be my first exercise. And I like doing that because I can pull it.
Because he's a big dude, you can
Yeah.
see. So he
I
can
can
go
pull
with
it.
movements like that.
Yeah.
And for him, it's
That's
going to be a
might
different
too,
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might be.
Yeah.
It's more of an
Yeah.
individual.
Yeah, it's individual, man, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I like to feel a bit tired. I mean, I feel like for me personally, I like that tiredness. I feel like it's mentally it gives me some satisfaction when I'm a bit tired and I'm like, okay, I'm really fucking tired today. So okay, I had a good
Yeah, I
workout,
mean,
but
I-
that's not
But
the truth.
Is there
That's
an
not the truth.
indication?
No, it's not. It's
how
not.
hard you train?
No,
I
of
mean,
course
I
not.
think
Fatigue is an
yeah.
indication.
No, I know. Go on. Yeah. Yeah. You
Obviously, the fatigue is not an indication of an effective workout.
for sure.
Obviously not. But for me, mentally, because for so long I've been swimming for 16 years, morning and evening, 2-3 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. I always constantly felt that tired.
Yeah.
And that's when I got used to that kind of way, living like that for almost all my life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So feeling like that gives me a bit of an edge.
Okay.
I don't know, it's very.
And then comes the question what you kind of see is people, how many exercises would you think a person can do at the gym in one session? Because you sometimes
It
see the guys who do,
yeah.
like, for example, chest, you'll see like multiple presses, multiple flies, different like cable flies.
You're definitely talking about me, huh?
I'm not hinting at you. You used to be that.
I do.
but
I used to be that. I used to be
You
that.
used to be that. 'cause
After
you-
talking to
you
him, I
used-
changed
you used
that.
to be at the gym for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to like go 5 hours or sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But I don't. How many exercises do you think one should?
It really depends. If you're a strong guy, if you're
Yeah.
eating enough, if you're getting enough sleep, then you can train as much as you like. If, even for me,
What is for you like? How,
I do a lot. Yeah, whatever comes into my mind, I just do.
honestly, that's how I go. I just roll with it.
Yeah, I just roll
I
with
do.
it.
I do.
Exactly. Yeah.
I go. I
Go
don't.
by feel, basically.
Like, yeah, exactly. So I used to have this. I used to do cardio like 3 years ago. Start with a bit of 15-minute cardio, just small walk to get warmed up. At that time, I would look at the gym. I was like, okay, this I'm training today. First day, second, I train twice a day, twice a week for each muscle group. So I divide it the exercises. But anyway, I make a schedule. But now recently, as of last 3 years, I haven't done that. I just go there. It's like, okay, fine, let's go do it.
Okay.
You know.
Would like to get like properly fucked up.
Yeah, dude, every single exercise I go max. I'll do the entire stack. I'm like, okay, I'm
Like
done.
even
I'll
when
go
I
now.
go home, I feel exhausted, man.
why do I feel like Bevan is crying? I disagree. Because I know this guy. Right? I know you are-
Bevan's like, why I'm here?
why am I here?
These guys are just savages, bro. So, you know.
Honestly, dude.
The exceptions to the rule, I guess.
but I think what we're saying is not. It's not always advice, right? I think for the guys who are watching, before you all comment and say that's wrong, he's wrong. This is
Personally,
science.
that's
No,
really like.
But like some guys will come and say the science says this, but not everything we say is science, or
Yeah.
it's sometimes
It's
personal.
subjective, man, and
Subjective
it's just
is
like
personal.
a lot of trial and error as well. So like
So what's your
Dayanak,
thought on that?
yeah. So Dayanak was saying like how he does like 4-5 sets, and that's what helps him. Like he feels the best when he does 4-5 sets.
Yeah.
I also used to do 4-5 sets, bro, every single week. So I used to obviously have a program, but I never used to structure it in the way that I do now. But obviously back then, I would do 4-5 sets an exercise, and I would do about, I don't know, like 10 exercises in total, like hitting like three muscle groups, and like by the 4th week, 5th week, I'm just like worn out. Like,
Okay.
so obviously for me, I know that my muscular endurance isn't that great, and like I hit fatigue very fast. So now what I do is my rule of thumb basically is that I just do between 10 to 20 sets, and I feel like that's the most optimal for me personally.
Okay.
And I think for a lot of people it's optimal, but then again, these two guys, like y'all can train, y'all can
There are people.
yeah, yours. Yeah, that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll put a question on the table for Danuj, because I think out of all the guys, he's the most experienced.
Oh no!
Old.
Oh no!
You know,
no,
with
no.
age comes wisdom.
Oh, holy shit! How old do you think I am? How old do you think I am?
25.
Yes. Just turned that.
25 plus.
Hello.
So for muscle growth, right, the key factor is training to failure. Right now, we were talking about how Danak says 5 sets, right? My question is now, if muscle growth is what muscle failure is what you're going for, can you do 5 sets to failure, right? Can I do 5 sets to failure? You think you can, because then are you going for true failure? Because if you fail on one set, how do you have energy to
Yeah,
go
to
fail
recover
another?
for the next set.
I just walk around, don't think about it,
Don't
get
think
back
about
on it.
shit, man. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But then do you think you've taken that earlier set to true failure? Because I just feel like if you've gone to nuts failure, you're...
Bro, yeah, every set you got to be honest with yourself. So yeah, for me,
I used to do that when I was swimming
Yeah.
also. Like my coach would tell me, my last 50-meter sprint, I would go a PB, and it's like, Dad, the entire workout you'll be doing nothing,
Yeah.
and for the last thing you just want to do this.
Yeah.
That's not the way to train. He gave me that advice when I was 16,
Okay.
and after that he was like, and then I talked to myself like, I need to do every set at my best,
Yeah.
with my all.
Well, it's the mindset. Like
The
even
mindset.
when I was cutting down, I was like 92 kilos, right? Everybody started accusing he's on this, he's on that. It's not that. I've been on a constant diet for like
No,
3,
this
4
guy is
months.
crazy mindset. Yeah,
so
I-
I've been doing
I
my
know your
cardio
mindset for
every day,
Dude, I'm telling
training
you, dude,
every day.
Like being on a diet and not being on one, I feel like being on a diet is much more like, I feel much healthier.
Exactly.
I'm telling
yes.
you, because
For sure.
I started Also, I started cardio recently, like
Yeah.
3.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I feel so much better. Like I feel healthy.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
for
feel
sure,
like
man.
I feel healthy, dude. I just can't
Exactly.
explain it. I feel
definitely
alive. I
agree
feel
Yeah.
better.
Even I don't like to eat from outside. Then you feel bloated,
Yeah.
depressed, bro. Yeah.
Like when you wake up in the morning, you're like, why am I awake? I don't
Yeah.
want to go back to sleep. You know.
Yeah.
Like when I'm on this diet, eating healthy, you're getting all the nutrients you need for your body,
True.
multivitamins, whatnot,
Yeah.
and you feel good.
Yeah.
And like I feel like that's what all people should like strive for.
Exactly. And when you see yourself from the mirror,
Wow,
like, bro,
my
that's
man.
the best feeling.
My man.
That
In
feeling.
the morning, I
telling
just
you,
stab
like,
myself. Oh fuck.
You're good.
That's just,
Jokes.
I can literally picture Dhanuja doing that.
And most people think just because you look at yourself in the mirror, self-obsessed. No, it's like,
It's the work you put in.
and it's a form of self-love. Don't you
Yeah,
think about
true.
it? Think about it. Like,
This is getting deep. I like it.
I mean,
Keep going.
It's come on, like,
That's
most
true,
people
that's
think
true.
boys
Yeah,
are
true,
self-obsessed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you just go look flex in the mirror, I'll be like, oh, you look. No, it's the work we put in. It's
Yeah.
like hours of dieting and work and
True.
training and sleeping.
True.
Nutrition,
Like,
everything
you
is
guys are
defined.
self-obsessed. It's not that.
It's not.
So like people who party, they like to show off what
Yeah.
type of bottles they pop, right? So
Yeah.
for us,
This
we
is-
don't pop
this is-
bottles. We just go to gym, train, eat the same shit every day.
Same shit.
Yeah.
And eating the same shit every day is not easy.
It is not easy.
Yeah.
It gets boring, man.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Huh?
I like it.
Yeah. I like
I
it
like
too,
it,
but
man,
it's not
yeah.
easy, bro. Sometimes
Sometimes
you
I
get
think
cravings.
it's just a lifestyle. It's like a habit,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Like lifestyle changes. So like,
Yeah.
For
But
me,
I also think for some people, sticking to the same boring food or the same food makes
Yeah.
it easy to do.
True.
And
Simple,
if you're
man,
gonna
yeah.
try like
Yeah.
different
but like
stuff,
most
Exactly.
people don't want to do that because they feel like I want something else for morning, this and that.
Hmm.
But like I feel like as athletes, been doing this for quite some time, we
Yeah.
gotten used to that.
True. That's,
You know, like
that's
that
it.
mindset, like okay, I like my breakfast. Dude, I like my oats that I have with my bananas.
You're
in the
gonna
morning. I
have to
love it.
find your way around it.
Yeah, you
I-
just need
I
to-
So
would
I
you
just
can't eat
like-
bread,
yeah.
so
when
I
I
make
get-
like oats.
I would get high
Bread
and
out
I
of
would crave
oats.
that. Nothing
you
else.
just need to keep it simple,
know,
bro, because there's less room for
Yeah.
error there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like a lot of people think, oh, you eat the same thing every day. Like they think it's such a big deal, but really, like we're just making our lives easier for ourselves, and like it helps stick with your diet a lot better. I know, like, because I coach a lot of, like, I coach clients who don't have the same goals. Like they obviously just want to be healthy, and I understand like having variety then. But as long as okay, you can have variety, but as long as you can stick to it, you can adhere to it. Like you can prep your meals on time. You don't like that. It's not stressing you out, or you're not like stressing about having to cook this, having to cook that. Because for us, like we act proactively. So like we know everything, we get everything in order, so that there is no room for error. We just get it done.
Most of the people, bro, they have like eating problems, like healthy
That
foods.
comes. I feel like that comes from like.
That's why they
that
can't
comes
lose
from
weight.
Your foundation as well, man. Like because we've been obviously focusing a lot on eating healthy ever since we started, because we knew, okay, maybe I personally I had to kind of like figure it out myself, but a lot of people, like, I think from about five years ago, I've been like obviously focusing a lot on eating healthy, like, just basic stuff, but eating very healthy food. And then once you get used to that, bro, our bodies are adaptive machines. So like once our bodies get used to something, like it's like nothing, man. Like, so it's like you don't need to think about it. You don't need to think twice about it,
I mean, I don't actually think about it. Like, okay, this is my breakfast. I like it. I'm looking forward to the next meal.
So if you ask
'cause
me
I
what's
like
my
it.
fourth meal, I know.
Yeah.
The same shit I'm
And
going
people
to
need
Same
to
shit.
I feel like
no,
that-
but even the simple stuff, man. Like I feel like if you like if you obviously like you prep your own food or whatever, like even the simple stuff, you can make it taste good, man. It's not
Yeah.
like you can't make it taste good.
Yeah,
You just need to
true.
cook. You just need to just like anything, you just do it more times and you get better. at
Find
it.
the healthier
Yeah,
ways.
and then find the healthiest.
Yeah.
Because there are so many alternatives now, man.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
even think about oats, right? You can't eat it bland.
Yeah.
Just put like a teasppoon of sugar.
Yeah.
That's okay.
you can chop some bananas.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Or some stevia.
Stevia,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I just like add in some stevia
Yeah.
instead
And
of
I
sugar.
always think all this information is one like Google search away. You can
Bro,
just-
literally,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
That's the thing.
No, I
I
do that.
Yeah.
I do like what is more healthier than this. I used to do that when I was like he said, I had to figure it out on my own. No one was there to teach me. And there were people doing it.
For
but
all these
they
new coaches, even bro, all I'm saying is if somebody approaches you to lose weight, they have to teach them how to eat healthy
Yeah.
before going to all this science.
Like
It's not
people
rocket
come and
science.
ask me,
Yeah.
how do I get that? I'm like, it's nothing to do with training.
Exactly.
It's everything to do with your diet.
Yeah.
You need to be in a deficit and eat healthy.
Yeah, healthy
and
food.
proportion should be like the
Yeah.
food proportions,
Yeah.
fats to protein to carbs.
Yeah.
They should be at a certain like ratio.
Yeah.
which works for you.
True.
And like you need to figure it out for yourself or talk to someone who knows about that.
Exactly. Yes.
Not a random person can never tell you what
True.
you have to do for
I
yourself.
feel like a lot of people just like do a lot of extremes, man. That's the
Yeah,
problem. Like
exactly.
they don't like
I did
stick
that.
to eating healthy throughout the year, and then all of a sudden they want to lose weight.
They just
And then
cut
they're
down
okay,
all
let me
the
cut
carbs
out
right
this, Let me
away.
cut out that. Let me cut out this
Yeah,
macronutrient, and it's obviously it's going to give you results in like 6 to 8 weeks, but then.
It's
Is
not
that
sustainable.
sustainable? No, it's not, and it's going to cause like other problems. You know, you'll have like
Joe knows about this. Like I think I was 2018. The first time I met you at Nadia's.
Yeah.
Ooh, who's Nadia?
I knew you would say something like that.
Let's talk about Nadia.
don't get him in trouble, man.
I'm just like, where is this? I'm like, where is this going?
No, so I met him. That was the first time I ever met him, and my friend, she was like, "This is Joe. He's doing fitness island, this and that and the other thing." And I joined High Octane, and we spoke. And
Joey started training her.
Huh?
Joey started training her.
I was like, wait, where is this going?
We had a chat about this, like how I did know what I had to do, like taking a restrictive approach, right, to dieting. And I was at uni at the time, and my bachelor's, and the only thing I ate for lunch was 2 sandwiches with some chicken in it. It was very restrictive. I was doing 2 hours of cardio in the morning, 3 hours of training in the evening, and I thought the more I did, the better it was. Like I was gonna get ripped or whatever.
Yeah.
That was my mindset. That's what I knew at the time.
Yeah.
And through a lot of research for months, when I wake up in the morning, I would be scrolling and like trying to learn whatever I could.
Yeah.
And after learning that, and like at one point you come to like, okay, fuck it, I can't do this anymore.
Exactly.
Like I cannot do this anymore. This is fucking boring. It's not enough food. I'm always hungry.
And you're just
I'm
relying
bulimic.
on willpower, bro, which
Yeah.
obviously will run out eventually.
Run
you
out.
know?
Eventually,
Like
yes.
I figured out after a while, like fats actually help you, whatever, like your
The healthy fats.
yeah,
Yeah,
healthy
the
fats,
mac-
they regulate the hormones.
Yeah.
I didn't have any fats.
Exactly,
Not even
yeah.
peanut butter,
Yeah.
dude, and not even egg yolk, right?
Yeah, when
and
you-
I was
when you,
like, and I was out of whack. I was like, oh, okay, like everything was so gloomy. I don't know what the hell was going on in my body, and it changed the way I was eating. And I was like, it came to a fuck it point where I ate whatever the hell I wanted, not bad food, but like healthy food, but like increase my calories through carbs and
Exactly.
fats and everything. And then I realized like my body is adapting well.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
And there must be something behind this. So I need to learn about this. That's why I learned. Like, you shouldn't go for a restrictive approach.
True.
It's never
You
gonna
need to
work out.
practice different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's free available. Like you can talk
Google it out.
Google
yeah.
it, dude.
But that's also
but
another
like-
problem.
Numerous
But that
articles.
is also super wrong.
Another
People Google it
No, yeah,
and
that's
they
an-
think
no,
they know
because of the
everything.
abundance
Yeah.
of information
Yeah.
that's out there, man.
Exactly.
Because there's so much information out there that
Yeah.
you could be getting the wrong information.
Well,
as
they
well.
go to all these forums, and especially when it comes to steroids. I don't know whether I'm
Dude, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
telling
let's
you,
talk
I'm
about
yeah.
steroids.
Huh?
Let's talk about
Yo,
steroids.
go on.
No, I want to just that, like he keeps giving signs of how we've already passed like 35 plus minutes. But it's okay. We'll keep going. No, but let's get there.
Yeah. So
Fake natty culture.
fake natty culture, and people go on Google and they research, and on all these forums, bro, it could work and it could not work. Like I saw all these forums, bro. Some people are like run 600 trend, 800 trend. All these newbies, they just run that, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
experience. You have if anybody wants to do a cycle, you have to do with somebody who's done before you. So
like remember like in like 2010, going to the gym, first thing you get is a protein.
yeah.
Now it's changed. Like first thing you get is steroids.
Yeah, man,
Exactly.
especially the younger generation, man, because of
trend this,
social
trend
media.
that.
Because of social media as
Yeah.
well, man. The pressure.
Hi,
They
Cody.
just want to look a certain way, you know, and
Yeah.
they're looking at guys who've been training for like 10 plus years,
Yeah.
and who've like they
So
they might.
let's talk about that a bit. Setting unrealistic expectations, right? Obviously, that comes with social media. Most is through Instagram.
Yeah.
You see these guys who train 10 plus years, on gear or not, whichever, right? But they've gone through a certain path and all of that, and then obviously, so what it creates is a fake or unrealistic expectation. How what are your thoughts on that?
Unrealistic expectations for
Yeah,
a beginner.
Like when you start, you look at the guys. Let's say, for example, like you look at someone like Simeon Penn. Right now, he calls himself Natty. I
Natty,
don't know
yeah.
if you all agree.
Bro,
but
I've
hands down,
personally-
he's not. Huh?
I've seen him in person, bro. I think he's natural.
He's Natty. Okay, fine.
Because
wrong example.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's plenty we can name, right?
Yeah.
So you look at these guys and then think, oh, I can look like that if I buy the
Yeah,
supplements
hell no.
they take, or if I
Bro,
eat
genetics,
what they eat.
yeah, genetics plays a major role in this. So just because you take something, trend or whatever, you're not gonna look like Simeon Panda
exactly,
or Larry
man.
Beals or like
That's
whoever.
what people think. Like even with steroids, bro, your genetics play a big
Yeah.
role because how your body responds to it.
There's
Everyone's
so
body
many
responds
people
to
who
it
are
very
on
differently.
gear, but it doesn't look like them.
Exactly.
Exactly. So everybody's on gear now.
And there are people.
Bro, if you go to a gear, everybody's on gear. What are you on, bro? D-bone, and
Just the
trend.
basics.
Just the basics. Exactly.
Dude.
So you can't do steroids with runarounds. You can't do steroids with gym mayas, bro.
Yeah.
They can't even do their own research. How can you just direct somebody
That's the
else
thing.
to do
And
like
they
cycles?
don't like they don't know they don't have the best knowledge on like the other aspects of the whole thing, man, of the whole like building your physique. Like you have to first look at, before anything, I feel like you just have to look at your diet, your training, and your recovery.
Yeah.
Those three things. And more than even training, bro, I think recovery and diet, like I've learned this year, like this past year, that those two things play a major role in your progress. And if you get those three things right, and like the thing is, man, like a lot of these young guys, like they want the quick fix, they look at social media, they get pressurized or whatever.
They
and
want to
feel
look like Danuja.
Yeah, they want to look like
Everybody wants to look like Danuja,
they want to
right,
look
guys?
like they want to look fucking freaky,
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, they want to look freaky, but
They were swearing all this time, not just apologizing.
Come on, otherwise it's boring.
Fuck it.
We were actually talking about this like a little while ago, right? Just now.
Yeah.
Like people need to not go to this gym as like you said. Either a doctor who's specializing in this thing,
Yeah.
or someone who's done it, like been on stage, who's gone through this for like
Yeah,
years and
yeah.
has now like a lot of knowledge on the subject.
yeah.
Because they've done them for themselves and they know like this is how we feel.
Exactly.
Like you might look a certain way, but you have no idea what's going on in here.
True, yeah. It's mental when
Yeah,
it
that's
comes to
mental.
steroids.
So I think since you already said it, and like time has gone really fast.
Huh?
Time has gone like really fast.
Is-
So we'll yeah, we're already 40 minutes plus.
Oh shit.
Oh.
You guys love to talk.
I didn't realize,
I
man.
know you guys love to talk. We can do this again.
Exactly. We are looking
But
forward
yeah,
to it.
before unfortunately I had to wrap up like real fast. But let's get into a bit of, since you said mental toughness. So now I have a question for you. You have this mindset, what I've noticed from your social media, that guys all should be like tough, like how do I put this? Like you're supposed to be mentally tough, and you should have that mindset where you just go all in, you're that kind of guy. Is it healthy?
It is. For me, it is really healthy.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't like to suck up to anybody. Like, so I'm like all in guy all the time. I mean, for a dude, I feel like they should be like that. So nowadays, bro, like people go on TikTok and do all these fancy dances, bro. I fucking hate it when I see that shit. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Bro, for real, right?
Dude.
Bro, it's crazy. Back in the day, we looked.
No, but
Everyone's
that's
gonna
for
say
sure, man.
some
Like
comments
I
on
think,
this.
like the mentality has to be there, man. Like a lot of people think it's just an easy route,
Yeah.
But like it's not, man. You need to still train hard. You need to eat right. You need to push yourself at the gym, and nobody else is gonna do that for you. I mean, it's good. It's good that there are coaches out there who genuinely want to help people and give them the right guidance. That's needed, especially
Yeah.
when you're younger. I bet like if we had that,
Honestly,
it would have helped us so much. But there's a lot of that, so you need to look in the right places as well.
Yeah.
And also like you just need to push it. You need to always push yourself, at the gym, and that will obviously filter on to other aspects of your life. That mental toughness will filter on to other aspects of your life, and it'll help you so much. And that's what you need, especially in this world.
Yeah.
Mental toughness for sure.
You
Yeah.
can't be sucking up to anyone, honestly.
For
Dude,
sure.
that's not gonna work out for you.
No, not at all.
You're
This
gonna be
podcast
pushed
is
over.
gonna-
You're gonna be walked
Different
on.
turn.
Come on.
Podcast is different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's fight now.
I guess there's a whole lot of chopping and editing to do. This podcast will not come at least 1 month. He needs time to edit, especially what you say. But yeah, it's all good. I think we spoke about. Trust me, I had way more questions than that. But I think
Time went out.
time is already up.
We
and
are
that-
now aggressive dudes. We're just having fun. If
and just purely the fact that there's a power cut at 6, and then before power goes, we have powerlifting Cody also who has just arrived, and we have to shoot one more episode. So that is it for today. But I think these 4 boys need to make a return. and we'll probably catch up for episode 2. Thanks, boys, for coming
Sure.
in.
Thanks, Joe.
Everyone has their
Thank you for having us.
again. Before I wrap up, I think it's important. Most of the things that are said here are not always advising you should do this. It's sometimes like this is what works for me, and I'm sharing what I'm doing. You can try it. If it works for you, it's good. If not, try something else. Yeah. Final words. I'll start with Mr. Danuja Markovita.
Every time it's me, man.
It's
First,
bromance.
yeah, let's meet up again, bro. It's nice
yeah,
talking
for sure.
to you
Yeah,
guys.
I love this.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. We should do this more often.
No, I told you to say something with the audience. Like your final advice.
Why do we have to give advice? No.
Exactly,
I
bro.
mean, just choose what's good for you.
Yeah,
and,
you're not the type of guys who you should look up to.
To be honest.
Just being honest, these are not the kind of guys you guys want to look up to. But yeah, thanks, boys. I think follow their respective Instagrams. They post a lot of fitness content. This podcast is not just to only talk about fitness, but just good laughs and good chats. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in another one.